I think you can
Oddio
record.
santo. Sì. Devi registrare.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just move it to the I am going to mute all students. Okay, my apologies. I'm going to get started here. So thank you all for joining our presentation today. We're really excited because we're going to talk to you about two programs we offer at the University of California, Berkeley. And in addition, we have some current students from your university here with us today. So they will be able to introduce themselves, and we'll be around to answer questions, as well as you can make connections with them after the presentation if you're really interested in talking to them directly. So I'm going to get started. So presenting today, my name is Jenny. I will be speaking first about the University of California, Berkeley. And then my colleague Jill is going to give you an overview of the two programs and introduce our current student ambassadors. And then I will do a little bit of information about the student experience afterwards. And then we will open it up for questions. We'll have lots of time for questions, but if you have questions in the meantime, please just add them into the chat and we'll make sure to get to them at the end, okay? So first off, where is the University of California, Berkeley? We are in California on the west coast of the United States. As you can see, we are about halfway up the state of California, which is a really big state. All right, so it's a little closer look here. So this is considered Northern California. We are about 20 minutes by train from San Francisco, which is a large city. And it's a really beautiful area. We are right by the San Francisco Bay, by the Pacific Ocean. We're right near Lake Tahoe, which has beautiful hiking as well as skiing. We're near the Napa wine region. And we're also really close to Silicon Valley. We're about an hour north of Silicon Valley. Okay, so welcome to UC Berkeley. This is a photograph taken up on the hill above the campus. So what you can see in the foreground, all of those trees and the clock tower, that is our campus. This is a large traditional American university campus. And just to show you how close we are to San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge is available there in the background. That shows you just how close we are. So we are really close to the San Francisco area. Okay, now some fun facts about Berkeley. What makes us unique? Well, we have been consistently ranked the #1 public university in the United States for many years running. We are a top research institution. We have undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral degree programs. We have over 350 degree programs. And we're really proud to say we have over 110 Nobel Prize winners that are affiliated with our faculty. And it's sort of fun for us to say we have 13 million books and over 10,000 courses. Okay, so what does the student body look like? We have over 40,000 students, right? 30,000 are undergraduate, around 11,000 are graduate students. And this is a really diverse campus. We have a lot of international students that participate in our programs. And they are representing over 92 countries. Okay, one second. I am just going to do one more thing before I keep going. Okay, now next up, I am going to share with you a video about Berkeley. It gives you the best sense of the campus, the history, and what makes us special.
What happens here isn't magic. It just feels that way because there is no telling what will occur when people, unsatisfied with the way things are, have the courage to imagine a better way and the freedom to turn what could be into what will. That takes bold thinking, disruptive ideas, and an amazing array of perspectives, people, and intellectual pursuits. But it's hard to capture something that won't stand still. That's Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Built by the people, for the people. Founded and forever inspired by those who had an unstoppable drive to build a new state on the Western Edge. We embraced the radical idea of a public university and never looked back. Hundreds of thousands of lives changed for people who then go out and change the lives of millions more in our state, our nation, and the world. That's Berkeley.
Okay, so next, my colleague Jill is going to talk to you about our two study abroad programs we have available to students at your university.
Thanks, Jenny. So I'm just going to talk to you briefly about our two programs. Our Berkeley Global Access Program, also known as BGA, and then our Berkeley Haas Global Access Program, also known as BHGAP. Next slide. So first, the Berkeley Global Access Program. So I'm going to go over who, when, what, and the pace of studies. So who is this program for? So undergraduate students, graduate students, and professionals. So pretty much anyone. So when would this program start? So we do have Berkeley Global Access is for 1 or 2 semesters, depending on what your interests are and how long you want to stay in Berkeley. Our fall semester does go from August to December, and then our spring semester goes from January to May. This program is a way it can be very flexible as for what types of classes you may be interested in. So you can do most of the academic majors and pick and choose courses as available on UC Berkeley main campus. And you will have the opportunity to study alongside UC or US students, and you can transfer your credits to your university. There's also professional development workshops and graduate school admission support, which is awesome opportunities as well. And then the pace of study, it is a full-time program with the required course load of 12 to 18 units per semester, depending on how many courses you decide to take and which courses you're taking. Next slide. So just a few more things about the program. We do have a lot of different options along with just taking the courses. So we have a lot of different workshops, career and professional development, like academic writing workshops, email etiquette, resume writing, and LinkedIn, personal statement writing support. So a lot of different things that they offer that you can participate in. Along with, like I said, the graduate admission support. That's actually something I attended, and it was a really great resource for students. There was staff from the graduate admissions office, and they answered all the questions that students had about applying for graduate school at UC Berkeley. And then, of course, there's a lot of different program activities that our staff runs, like site visits, faculty, guest lectures, and then a lot of different volunteering opportunities as well. And then lastly, the requirements. So we do require 1 year of undergraduate coursework with a minimum GPA of 3.0. And then we do have minimum English language proficiency. So I won't go through all the numbers you can see right there, but I think the main ones to note are the TOEFL of 90 and IELTS of 7. And also note that your university does offer test the CEFR English language test for outbound students with the minimum score of C1 that's required. So I would just keep that in mind too when you're looking to do your English language. Next slide. So we do have a video of one of our alumni, and she goes over a little bit of her experience in the BGA program.
Hi, my name's Ray. I'm a senior student at Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. I major in economics and minor in info management and infra system. I attended the BGA Discover program in the fall of 2017 and the spring of 2018. Through BGA Discover program, you can take any course you like and enjoy all kinds of resources, just like a real Cal student. I think Cal can provide all the possibilities that you want to prepare you better for the future. That's why I attended this program without hesitation. You will have a comprehensive understanding of computer programming and become an experienced programmer. During my stay at Cal, I also participated in different kinds of after-school activities. I was a member of STAT's Undergraduate Student Association. We held workshops and seminars every week to learn data analytics skills together. I also took part in forums held by Berkeley Women in Business, when female leaders in different industries shared their experiences in female issues in workspace, like how to keep a balance between work and life. And I also visited some multinational tech giants like Google and Salesforce and experienced the environment and culture of these great companies. Attending BGA Discover program is the best decision I have ever made in college.
All right, so like Jenny said, we have some very special guests from your university that are studying here with us at Berkeley this semester. So we do want to introduce our first ambassador that's in the BGA program.
Hi.
So this is Margarita. And Margarita, do you mind just giving a little introduction of yourself?
Okay, I'm Margherita Renzoni. I'm from Como, Italy. I study at Università Cattolica. I'm a third-year student, and I'm majoring in political science and international relations. Yes, this is me. I'm attending the BGA program, and I really like the BGA program because it gave me the possibility to choose the courses that I wanted to take. And so I applied to a bunch of different courses, and they are all getting credits at Università Cattolica. So that is really the best, because when I get back, I shouldn't have that much of exams to do, because I did a lot here and they're all getting credits. And that's, I'm saying this because that's what I was scared when I was leaving, that I was gonna have to catch up and it was gonna be super hard, but it's fine. If you choose the right courses and you talk to the professors that have to approve your exams, you're gonna be fine. And I would say that the biggest highlight of my experience so far has been a class that I'm taking. It's called Women in Politics in Comparative Perspective, and it's been super inspiring for me. And I've become real close with the professor, and she's super nice and helpful, and she really helped me with my career, like what I want to do after college. And yeah, I think I said everything. I don't know if anyone have questions, but
Thank you so much. So like we said, some of these students will be here at the end. Margarita might have to go to class, but if she is gone, then she'll be able to answer any questions you might have if BGA is of interest to you via email.
yes.
Thank you, Margarita. And then we also, I don't think she's here right now, Kiara, but she should be able to do answer any questions via email as well, but I will get back to you all on Kiara. All right, next program is the BHGAP program, also known as the Berkeley Haas Global Access Program. So similar to the other program, it is for students that are undergraduates, graduate students, or professionals. And this program is a little different compared to the BGA program, because BGA, like Margarita said, you can pick and choose different types of classes in different subject areas. Whereas this program, it's focused on business, entrepreneurship, and innovation. So if that's something of interest to you, this is the perfect program for you. Oh, could you go back, Jenny? Okay, so it also is 1 or 2 semesters. So if you wanted to start in August to go to December, or if you wanted to stay the whole year from August to May, you can choose either one. And then, like I said, it is the part of the business school. So it is the top ranked business school. And you will have access to Berkeley Haas's top ranked faculty. And the curriculum is focused on that entrepreneurship, business, innovation. You'll have a lot of exposure to Silicon Valley startups and companies. You'll do site visits there, which is awesome. And there's also career coaching, different workshops. And then there is an opportunity to be eligible for our optional practical training after 2 semesters if you did decide to go for the whole year. And it is a full-time program with the required course load of 12 to 15 units per semester. So some additional highlights, like I said, you'll have exposure to Silicon Valley and the startups and companies over there, such as Google or Facebook, all of those big name companies. You'll have individualized time with some faculty. There's always time for networking via LinkedIn as well, resumes and cover letter workshops, interview prep, all of that. There's so many different types of workshops they offer. And then there also is some alumni benefits. So as an alumni, you'll get a digital subscription to the magazine, invitations to conferences, and different chapter emails, and membership to the Cal Alumni Association as well. So the requirements are a little bit different with the minimum of 2 years of undergraduate coursework, but similar GPA, a minimum of 3.0, and then the same English language proficiency, as I mentioned before for BGA, with the English language test with your home university as well. And then we also have another video. This is one of our alumni from Germany that was in the BH Gap program, and she's going to share with you what she's up to now.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, I'm from Germany, and I used to be part of the first BH Gap cohort in 2018. Right now, I'm leading a business line in the field of educational technology for a company called Modus, where I've built a business from scratch. A typical workday for me starts around 8 a.m. with a daily team meeting, where we shortly discuss the upcoming tasks and some challenges we might have. Then from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm usually in meetings with customers, partners, team members of course, and sometimes applicants. And after 6 p.m. I try to make myself some dinner and concentrate on tasks like preparing sales pitches, doing project planning, calculating financials, or also preparing the meetings for the next day. The BH Gap influenced me in many ways. It opened the doors to an internship in Silicon Valley, where I realized that I wanted to build businesses in the future. And most importantly, the BH Gap gave me the opportunity to become friends with really inspiring people from all over the world. And this is what made this experience so special to me. One of the skills that I learned during the BH Gap that I still apply today is to approach a problem from a different, much more positive perspective. Whenever there's a challenge or whenever there's an idea, I will always try to make it happen, or at least try it out, instead of just thinking of all the problems and the roadblocks that might be ahead in the future. So the biggest takeaway from the BH Gap experience for me is that we need to think differently and we need to think bigger in order to make a real change to the world. That incorporates going out of our comfort zone and challenging our assumptions on a daily basis.
All right, so we also have another special guest from the BH Gap program, Frederica. And if Frederica, she could do a little intro as well.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Federica. I'm from Milan. And I'm studying again at the BH Gap here. And in Italy at our university, I'm studying, I'm in my last year of undergrad of economics and management. So my major is very similar is really coherent, let's say, with the BH Gap. But I think the nicest thing about this program is that it's really meant for anyone who has some interest in entrepreneurship or business and innovation without even having some very specific previous study about this. And so what my biggest highlight here for sure is, apart from the site visits, which are amazing, but unfortunately with this COVID situation, they are all online for now, but I'm sure it's gonna the situation is getting much better, so probably this will change fast. But for sure, one class that I took, it's a leadership communication class, and that's one thing that I love about the business school, is that the approach to teaching is very different from what I was used to, and I just learned to just step up and participate more in classes and speak up when I have some ideas. And for sure, this has really changed my approach to anything, and I really understood what I want to do. I'm going to start my own no-profit company when I go back to Italy in December, and I'm working on this project right now, and it's something that I would have never thought about before coming here. So this is like an environment that allows you to meet many bright people that just give you a lot of ideas, even in just 4 months. I'm really feeling a lot different, and I'm really grateful to this program. So I really hope you will enjoy it as well if you want to join it.
Thank you, Federica. And like I said with Margarita, they both will be here at the end. So if maybe BH Gap is of interest to you, Federica will be a great resource for you. All right.
Okay, so I'm now going to talk a little bit about life outside of the classroom. I think you've heard a lot about our academics. We are known to be a top research institution. We're really proud of our high rankings, but it's also a really fun place to be. So I think it's important for us to focus on that. We are a Division I school, which means that you can see university sports at the highest level. We have 30 sports teams. We have over 1,200 student organizations on campus. And what's cool about that is it is the best way to get involved, right? And to meet other Berkeley students, join an organization. We have organizations that focus on things like debating. If you're really interested in things like, I don't know, Harry Potter, if you're interested in things like just going hiking with people, there's student organizations for everything. So I really encourage all visiting students to get really involved and get out there and meet some, Berkeley students. Like I said, we are a close train ride to San Francisco. It's a world-class city with lots of restaurants and museums. We're really close to Silicon Valley, the Napa Wine Valley, and we're close to Lake Tahoe as well as the state capital of California. And if you really wanted to go to Southern California, we are a short flight away from there. This region just has a lot to offer students. And so I think it's just an exciting place to study. Now for student life, students are very interested in learning, like, where am I going to live? How am I going to get around? Is it safe for me? So there are a lot of housing options for students. You could stay in something like a residence hall. You could share an apartment. You could share a house. The most important thing to note is we have a lot of support for students. We have a dedicated housing advisor, and this housing advisor will help students make the best housing choices for themselves. We also host roommate events, and we have sort of like housing group chats and whatnot, so students can connect and decide if they're going to live together, get feedback from one another. As for transportation, it's, as you can see, a lot of our students just walk, bike, or take public transportation to get to campus. Our train system is not like the train system in Italy, but we do have a subway. It's called the BART. And we have a city bus as well as a bike share system. So it will be easy for you to get around if you are living in Berkeley. And we also have a lot of safety options for students if you're walking late at night, things like that. I've included the link to safety resources on this slide. And then I want to show you I won't show the whole video, but this is a video that was put together by one of our students in the Berkeley Haas Global Access Program. It's just video that she shot while she was with us as a student and gives you an idea of some of the things that she was doing as a student outside of the classroom.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my own life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, ever see it in the fire. Take a number, I was lightning before the thunder.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it there because I always think it's really funny. She starts to do the splits in a lot of different locations. That was hilarious. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next slide. And this one is just to tell you we have a lot of staff support for our students. We have academic advising support, we have support for your visa, we have resources on clubs. Our team actually coordinates a lot of events that students can take part in. You can see Jill in the front there. And yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can get involved in to have a great time, and we have staff to support you all along the way. And then this is just a note about our application process. And you can see Jill and Jacqueline are our admissions advisors for our students from partner universities like yours. This is a quick overview of what you'll need in your application. Your university will assist you with some of the items that you will need to apply internally at your university if you're interested. But when it comes to applying with us, these are some of the items you will need to include in your application. And then cost of living. This is an important thing for students. So outside of your tuition, right, you'll need to make sure you have funds to support your stay with us for one whole semester. And our semester is about 5 months long. This works out to being $2,100 per month for your living expenses, living, food, etc. So that's an important item to note. And then here's some important dates and deadlines. So when is our fall semester? It starts in August, goes till December. Our spring semester starts in January and goes until May. The most common time to study with us is our fall semester. Students can also start in their spring semester as well. It is really up to you. And some students decide to stay for fall and spring, so that's also an option. And then we have deadlines for our programs, our Berkeley Global Access Program. That's the program where you get to select your own courses. The final deadline is June 1st. For our Haas Berkeley Global Access Program, we have rolling deadlines. So this is quite a popular program. So we started a new system of rolling deadlines like they have for an MBA program. The deadlines are February 15th, April 15th, and June 1st. I highly, highly, highly recommend students to apply by the earliest deadline they can, okay? Next slide. That's it for us. I'm going to turn off my screen sharing and I am going to invite our students to join, as well as there is a representative from your university here and Federica as well. We'll ask you all to unmute yourselves. And really, this is now an opportunity for students to ask questions. The easiest way may be for you to just put them in the chat.
Yeah, please feel free. Don't be shy. We are here to answer all your questions. I am a representative from Cattolica, so I know maybe with some of you I already spoke during this international week, or you came to our welcome desk, or we did some teams as we now, as you know, we always have to chat with students via Teams or Zoom, but you can always schedule an appointment to have a chat with us. So well, feel free to ask us anything. I think this is a very good occasion to do it because we are here all connected. You have your fellow students, our colleagues from Berkeley. So I think it's a great occasion to clarify all your doubts. So please feel free.
Any questions are okay.
Yeah.
And maybe while we're waiting, I could ask, maybe Margarita, what's been your most interesting or fun thing that you've done, not in the classroom, but like outside of the classroom? Is there something that stands out for you that was really fun? Oh, I think you're muted.
Okay, thank you. So I would say the best thing I did here was to join the Chaos Club. It's an organization that basically organizes events to hike and to hang out together. And it was the best decision I've ever made because I met so many like fun people, and I wasn't really into hiking before. I didn't like walking, or I don't know. I was not that person. But I thought it was like, it would have been like a fun way and cheap way to travel around California and the Bay Area, also because public transportation here is not the best compared to what we're used to in Italy. And it's not that easy to get around if you don't have a car. So I joined this organization and I met so many students and I became real close, and I went to some camping trip with them. And it was really fun, and I found that I really enjoy camping and backpacking. And yeah, and also the best part is that this club gives you access to gear, and you can rent it throughout all the semester, and it's free. You could actually rent it for life, and it's free, and it's perfect. I really like this. And maybe another thing I could say is that I joined another club. It's called Women in Politics. Of course, I'm majoring in political science, so I'm really interested in politics. And I found this club really fascinating and interesting. And as Federica was saying, it's such an inspiring environment here, because when you talk to people, they just like, everyone comes from such different backgrounds, and they give you, like, everyone is passionate about different things. And whenever you talk to someone else, you I don't know, you actually like get to know so many new things, and it's really like fascinating and interesting. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm really pleased to hear that you had a really good experience by joining student organizations or clubs, because that really is the best way to meet students and like just get involved. So that's so cool. Thank you for that. Federica, did you have a highlight for outside of the classroom highlight? Anything you want to share?
I have way too many. Yeah, well, I just want to do a little premise. I'm staying in International House, which is this very big, for the students from Cattolica, it's a very big international dorm. So, okay, there are also Americans, but mainly international students. So there's always someone deciding to do some trip, and every week there are some new activities that people just write on the group chat, and you can join whenever you want. So I've been in a very stimulating environment, like 24/7, and for sure one of my trips was the favorite. We just rent a car and we went to the national parks of Zion and Grand Canyon and Antelope Canyon. And it's just, I love hiking. As Margherita was saying, many people hike here. It's really not that common in Milan, honestly, or in the area anyway. So, and this trip was just amazing. I got to spend time with my best friends here. And I mean, it's really, really stimulating. And I mean, at the beginning, I felt really pressured because everyone knows it's a very competitive and very good university. So it can be overwhelming at times, but I mean, I thought it would be, but it's actually really just amazing how people are all very helpful and supportive. And it's not at all like just a race. It's really just moving forward together. I mean, that's how I experienced it. It's really been honestly one of the best, for sure the best semester of my university career. And I don't know, I'm just really, really grateful for this.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you also are getting really involved. For students that are interested in having like more of a dormitory experience, I know International House is one of the options for students. I put the link in the chat if anyone does want to check it out, if they're seriously considering joining us at Berkeley maybe next fall. But I love that you both ended up doing a bit of hiking. I mean, it's this area, there's the city, but then there's a lot of natural beauty. So it's really cool to hear that you're both taking advantage of it and meeting lots of nice people. Really, really nice to hear. I always say to students, yeah, the academic part of studying abroad is really, really important. You need to make sure your credits transfer and it doesn't interrupt your current studies, but like the kind of development you have just as a personal development, meeting new people, being in a new place, all the relationships that you start with new friends. I mean, you have these things for the rest of your life. It really does change your life and change your thinking about a lot of things. So I think those are such important things when you study abroad. You don't think about them at the beginning. You're just trying to get your housing, get your classes, etc. But the coolest part is those actual, like the connections you make and how much you grow as a person when you get the chance to go abroad. I think that is really, really cool. Now, I don't see any questions. If anyone wants to, okay, someone has asked a question. Thank you for that. It says, hello, I was just wondering if a student spends 2 semesters at Berkeley, how will it work for the dissertation? I'm not sure I entirely understand your question, but at least from our side, if you wish to study, I apologize if you can hear my cat, she's very loud and embarrassing. If you want to study for 2 semesters with us, that is not a problem. You could do the Berkeley Global Access Program for 2 semesters, or you could do the Berkeley Haas Global Access Program for 2 semesters. Neither of these programs have a dissertation because our model is pretty different. So I'm not sure if this question that you're asking is more related to maybe a dissertation you're doing at your home university. Margarita might have more to add, or if the student wants to clarify.
Yeah, thinking if she means that you will need to discuss your thesis if you go abroad for 2 semesters. The spring semester in Berkeley should end in May. So if you want to graduate well, let's say in July, maybe it could be a bit, because when you go back, you need to transfer your credits and the procedure is a bit long. So it might be a problem. Let's say you should get your transcript of records as soon as possible. And well, we will try to support you, but please keep in mind that converting the grades once you're back is quite long. So it depends when you want to graduate. So, well, in case, just send us an email and then we can tell you exactly how it works and explain you how we can support you. Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
great. And I want to be mindful of everyone's time because I know Margarita has a class to go to sometime very soon. I think that both of the students that joined us today would be okay with some of you here today emailing them if you have any questions that you think would be helpful to hear directly from a current Berkeley student, right? So Margarita and Federica, I think maybe we'll just share your Berkeley email address with the students that joined today. You're okay with that? Okay, awesome. And there will be a recording of this presentation that we can share with you, Margarita, in case any students were not able to attend. But with that, I think because we don't have any more questions, I just want to say thank you for joining us on your Thursday evening. And we really hope that, you know, if you feel like what you saw today was an experience you would like to have, we hope that maybe we'll have a chance to see you next fall at Berkeley. And thank you again to Margarita and Federica for joining us and sharing your experiences, and for Jill for helping present today, and for Margarita for also joining to answer some of the students' questions. With that, I will, I guess, say goodbye to everybody and thank you again.
Thanks a lot, everybody, for your time. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.